Hey guys, the dollar is crumbling and we're headed for a crisis. Check this out. Credit Suisse strategist says we're witnessing birth of a new world monetary order. Money will never be the same again after the Ukraine war, writes Zoltan Pasar, and Bitcoin may be a beneficiary. So this guy is a former Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury Department official and now Credit Suisse short-term rate strategist. So he's an insider, and he's talking about the commodity crisis right now. It's giving rise to a new world monetary order that will ultimately weaken the current dollar-based system and lead to higher inflation in the West, which we're already seeing. We have the CPI came out today, 7.9% inflation, which is a 40-year high. And he says this crisis is not like anything we have seen since President Richard Nixon took the US dollar off gold in 1971. So that was Bretton Woods, was the gold-backed US dollar with other currencies pegged to the dollar. And then in 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard, and that fell apart. And then we had Bretton Woods 2, backed by inside money. And now he's saying Bretton Woods 3, which is, he's saying starting now, will be backed by outside money, gold, and other commodities. So he says, Pozar marks the end of the current monetary regime as the day the G7 nations seized Russia's foreign exchange reserves following the latter's invasion of Ukraine. What had previously been thought of as risk-free became risk-free no more, as non-existent credit risk was instantly substituted for very real confiscation risk. So U.S. treasuries were considered no risk because the U.S. has never defaulted. But now countries are saying, okay, well, it has confiscation risk because they can just use sanctions to seize your assets. So that could weaken the U.S. dollar, probably will. So what occurred surely isn't lost on China, and Pozar sees the People's Bank of China faced with two alternatives to protect its interests: either sell treasury bonds to buy Russian commodities, or do its own quantitative easing, i.e. print renminbi to buy Russian commodities. Pozar expects both scenarios mean higher yields and higher inflation in the West. Pozar concluded his note with a comment about Bitcoin. He expects it to benefit, but only if it still exists. So we're not seeing this inflation going away. These sanctions on Russia are just weakening the dollar even more. And it looks like we're headed for a monetary crisis and maybe a new monetary system. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.